Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. We're going to cover something real quick I missed in my David Rockefeller death video of March 20th, 2017. Something I also missed that's very important in the passing of Chuck Berry, March 18th. If you missed my videos on the death of David Rockefeller and Chuck Berry, I'll link them below. Going to give you a little bit more information. We're also going to talk about James Comey weighing in on March 20th on the Donald Trump wiretapping saga. And we're going to close out with a little knowledge on the bomb scare at the White House on the 77th day of the year, late March 18th. So real quick, just put out a relatively long video on David Rockefeller, covered a ton of information, but missed two crucial points, and I want to share them with you real quick. David Rockefeller was born June 12th, 1915. From his 101st birthday to his date of death is a span of 282 days, and the name David Rockefeller has gematria of 282. Overlook that. So much important information, so many amazing synchronicities with his death. There's one more. Also, David Rockefeller in reverse reduction gematria sums to 93. And as I explained in the video, David Rockefeller, the mastermind of the World Trade Centers, his Newsweek cover from April 3rd, 1967, the 93rd day of the year. This magazine cover, April 3rd, 1967. Well, that didn't make it bigger, but hopefully you can make that out. That's the 93rd day of the year, and in 1967, it was also a date with 93 numerology. David Rockefeller, 93. The article was about the coming World Trade Centers where construction would begin August of 68. They did the groundbreaking ceremony a year earlier in 66. 93 World Trade Center bombing, Flight 93 of 33 passengers on 9/11. The first plane to hit the World Trade Centers hit buildings 93, or hit floors 93 through 99. The new building that stands in New York, One World Trade Center, equals 93 like David Rockefeller. So overlook that. Also, with regards to the death of Chuck Berry, we talked about how it was interesting they reported that he died at 1:26 p.m., Chuck Berry's birth name is Charles Edward Anderson Berry, which in gematria sums to 126. Dead at 1:26 p.m. For more than 24 hours, maybe for 48 hours now, it's been there for a long time. YouTube kept this video frozen at 126 likes, and not by coincidence. YouTube's done that to my videos a number of times in the 3 years I've been doing this. So, today, March 20th, James Comey weighed in on the wiretapping accusations by Donald Trump against Barack Obama. Remember, this is all a contrived narrative by the numbers. Your president, Donald Trump, is a puppet. James Comey, your head of the FBI, is a puppet. This is all part of a puppet show for the masses, for part of a contrived and ongoing agenda, an ongoing narrative that will result in the premature end of Donald Trump's administration. CNN put up the headline last night, Sunday, saying that today Comey would weigh in, Monday, March 20th. They coded a 229 into the headline, which is the 50th prime, Donald 50, America 50. CNN loves their gematria. This saga began March 4th, a date written 4/3, the day Trump tweeted that Obama had been spying on his campaign, reminiscent of Watergate and Richard Nixon. Today is the 17th day of the saga, and the head of the FBI weighs in. FBI 17 in multiple forms of gematria. Again, 4/3, the day the wiretap allegation began. Wiretap 43, like Richard, like Ford. Richard Nixon replaced by Gerald Ford. Obama was the 44th president, but only the 43rd person to be president. The allegation against Obama for wiretapping. As for today's date, the date James Comey weighed in, date with 33 numerology. The word federal has gematria of 33. The word James Comey, head of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Date with 33 numerology, also connecting to the word order, also connecting to the word police, the FBI, the federal police force. From James Comey's birthday to today, 96 days. Number of Freemasonry. Washington, D.C., built around the Freemasonic compass and square, named after the 33rd degree Freemason George Washington. James Comey is currently 56 years old. Washington, D.C., 56. Society of Jesus, 56. The official name for the Jesuit order, which has much influence over this nation. Think about how Washington, D.C. is where the Catholic colony once was, now named Maryland. Washington, D.C. sits between Maryland and Virginia, the Virgin Mary. Virginia in Gematria sums to 89, and they say the Virgin Mary was born September 8th. The word religion also equals 89. Virginia, Maryland, Virgin Mary, Catholic Church, Christianity, the United States of America. The history all goes together. The name Rockefeller also has Gematria 56. The night of the selection, Donald Trump was in Rockefeller Plaza. President also has Gematria 56. Melania, the first lady to wear baby blue on Inauguration Day in 56 years since Jackie Kennedy. So late March 18th, and the news story on March 19th was the bomb scare at the White House. Bomb scare has this Gematria of 33. Again, like federal, like order, like masonry, like secrecy. This story came from the 77th day of the year. Washington, D.C. is on the 77th meridian. When you write out 77, it sums to 49, like Washington. When you write out September 11th, it sums to 77. Remember on 9/11, there was Flight 77 that hit the 77-foot-tall Pentagon 77 minutes after taking off on the 77th meridian. Not a coincidence. Now you got Donald Trump, the art of the deal in the White House. Art of the deal, 77. Power, 77. This is why we get this story on the 77th day of the year. Secret Society, Gematria of 77. Reminds of George Carlin saying, "It's a big club and you're not in it," in regards to the average man who's living in the darkness under a gang of tyrants and rulers who happen to be Freemasons. They said when this happened, Trump was down in Mar-a-Lago, where he has his golf resort. Mar-a-Lago, 49, like Washington, like Donald J. Trump. Mar-a-Lago, also 68, like Donald John Trump. Also like Donald J. Trump. Also like Barack Obama, who he replaced. The word birther equals 44. Obama was number 44. Trump's number 45, but the 44th person. This is all part of a contrived narrative, Trump following Obama. Donald Trump's tallest building is 68 stories. 68, a big year for this nation. The year of all the master planning for September 11th, 2001. Or maybe not the year of the planning, but the year that the plan went into effect. 911 made the national emergency dialing code. World Trade Center construction began in New York. George W. Bush graduated from Yale and Skull and Bones. 68, 33 years before 2001. Space Odyssey 2001 came out in 68. Mar-a-Lago also has the Gematria of 148. Like Donald J. Trump, like the art of the deal. You know, lots of headlines about Trump being down in this location. Interesting how the name syncs with him so well. And we know everything about Donald Trump is done by the numbers. Donald Trump was not born he was born Donald Trump, but when his family came here, they were the Drumpf family, D-R-U-M-P-F, which has Gematria of 33. When they changed the name to Trump, they might have known the future destiny of their family and having a family member in the White House. They said the man who did this was 26, the God number, 26 letters in the English alphabet, the word God, 26, the word dollar, 26, the word Mason, 26. Jonathan Tran also has Gematria of 188, like Bavarian Illuminati. Been a lot of Trump-Bavarian Illuminati connections in the last year. Bavarian Illuminati established May 1st, 1776, just before the American Revolution. So bomb scare at the White House on the 77th day of the year. Today, James Comey versus Donald Trump, ongoing puppet show. Surprise death of Chuck Berry over the weekend. Big headline. Check out my video. A whole lot more to it. And so much more to the death of David Rockefeller, which I covered in a very long video. All linked below. Until next time, true seekers.